What's going on, guys? I'm glad you're here at Seaver Shoots, back with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my everyday carry. I did a video like this a year ago in August. It's now October, November, so things tend to change from season to season, and obviously even more dramatically from year to year. So that video is going to be a little bit different, quite a bit different actually, from this one, because that was before we moved. I was in an echoey room with weird lighting. We're in a much better situation now. So if you want to go watch that video for reference, go for it. But just know the quality has definitely gone up. Before we get into the main meat of the video, we're going to talk about an important part of my EDC. And that is my Minisheepdog holster from Dan the Holster Man. That is a phrase that has not caught on yet, but you guys might be able to help me get it to catch on. First, let's talk about the holster. This is the Talon holster, which is Minisheepdog's basic appendix rig. Colors, lights, claws, optics cut, suppressor height sights. You can add all that stuff to the holster builder, and it's not going to change the price of any of Dan's holsters. So the Talon holster is $65. With everything that I have on it here, it's still just $65, and I think that's really amazing. The quality is really good. The retention is fantastic. This guy's not going anywhere. And then nice little click in there. The fit is fantastic, and obviously the finish can be whatever you want. You can also leave customer comments, and that's where you guys are going to come in to help me. But I left one so that he could make room for my compensator here at the end, and you'll see that that fit is just about perfect. If you guys decide to go and get yourself a Minisheepdog holster, first, I want you to use Seaver Shoots as a discount code at checkout. That'll save you 15%, which is about shipping. So $65 and free shipping for a quality holster. That is awesome. But then I want you to go into the customer comments and say, thank you, Dan the Holster Man. And we can play a little prank on him. Maybe he'll like it and it'll catch on. Maybe he'll see that you're using my discount code and saying that, and all of you are doing that, and it'll be funny. Either way, we all win. Go check out Minisheepdog holsters, definitely worth it. His lead times are tanking now that he has a CNC machine, and that quality is always going up. I'm actually going to put this guy away so that you can see I can sit comfortably with this giant gun in my pants for the rest of the video, basically. So if you're here for gun related stuff specifically, you can skip through the timeline and get to the gun stuff. That's going to be more towards the end, but I am going to start with something that is fun, and that is the knife that I carry every single day. So this is the Kaiser Minisheepdog, and man, that action is smooth. I love the shape and the style. If you go and watch my other video, you'll see the last knife I was carrying was the same shape and style, about the same size as well, but the quality on this is significantly better. In that video, I shake that knife back and forth and it rattles. This guy, no rattle. I've had it for about a year, have been using it intensely day in and day out, keeping up with the blade, although I have not had to sharpen it very much. The steel that they have used is very good quality. This is G10 handle material. The only downside to this knife is that it is $70, which in my opinion is a lot. It's hard for me to spend that much money on a knife, but I got it as a gift, so I didn't have to spend the money, which I appreciated. But man, in my opinion, it's worth it. On Blade HQ, you can usually find deals that make it a little bit more affordable, but you are going to be paying definitely over $50 for this guy. Really, really awesome. Huge upgrade in my opinion. Moving on to something that has not changed since last time, and that's my wallet. You cannot find this exact same wallet on Amazon anymore, but there are tons of them that are exactly like this. They usually come with extra bands, which mine has, but I haven't had to switch them out. Probably had this for 3 or 4 years now, and the band is holding steady, which is saying a lot because I have this thing packed up to a good capacity. Still fits in my front pocket really nice, but you use the notches to pull your cards up. Then you can splay them out or pop them out like that sometimes as well. Grab whatever card you're looking for, and then you can pop them all back together, and it fits really nice in your pocket. You can get one of those for easily less than $20, maybe even less than $10 if you really look around. The next thing I'm going to talk about is something that I don't actually carry on me all day, every day. A lot of people do though, and that's why I'm including it. This usually hangs out in my backpack, and I only use them when I have my backpack, so I have no reason to take them from place to place with me. But they are my headphones. They're from MPOW. I think they are called the M9. MPOW is some cheap Chinese company, and I thought that these wouldn't last very long. They're between $30 and $40, but they are completely wireless, which is what I was going for. Wanted to get away from the wires that go behind your neck, wanted to get away from plugging it into my phone because headphone jacks are going the way of the dinosaur, but these are really good. They've got about 6 hours of runtime, which isn't amazing, but it's not awful either. And then they come in this case, which you can charge up. It's got 4 little LED lights that light up when you pull them out and put them back in, and this will charge them up about 4 times, so you get a good amount of runtime out of the case headphone combo. No issues with connectivity. They're very low profile, really comfortable. One issue is when I'm talking or specifically eating. If I'm doing really heavy jaw movements, they do start to wiggle themselves out of my ears. I think that's because I'm in between ear tip sizes, unfortunately, but not usually an issue when I'm running, when I am working out, when I am working on my computer. Not a huge problem. Again, between $30 and $40, so significantly more affordable than Apple, Samsung, Google, all of those other premium brands. And in my opinion, the quality is pretty dang good for the price especially. Another thing that has not changed, but probably needs to, is this guy. The original iPhone SE. It is going on its 5th year at this point. I think I've reached 5 years now because I got this thing around December. So we're just about at 5 years. And just when I think it's not going to last any longer, it does. It just keeps kicking somehow. I'd love to upgrade, but I can't. I just can't bring myself to do it until this guy dies fully. It still does everything I need it to. It lets me use all of my social media apps. It lets me get into my bank accounts. Like, I can use the internet. There's no reason for me to upgrade yet. Okay, guys? Quit shaming me. Just let me live my life the way that I want to live it. Hopefully in the next 6 months, and I keep saying that to myself, but hopefully in the next 6 months, I'll at least get the next iPhone SE. Rock that for 5 more years, and we will go from there. Last thing that's not gun related that I want to get into, little thing, not going to talk much about it, but that is my Mighty Hank. This is the same as the last video as well. One of my friends, his wife runs this company out of Arizona. They're super awesome. It was their birthday recently and they broke a certain amount of followers and all this stuff, but the thing I want to focus on is the quality of this Hank. I use it for knife cleaning constantly every once in a while, wiping down laptop and phone screens. I actually use this thing way more than I thought I would when I originally got it just to support my friend and his wife. It's actually really good. You can follow them on Instagram. They have tons of patterns and sizes. Mighty Hanks, super awesome. Really like that product. And now without further ado, let's get into the gun stuff. So the first thing I want to do is show you how I carry an extra mag. But we need to talk about mentality a little bit, because a lot of people tell me often, when are you ever going to need to reload? The statistics on reloading your firearm in the middle of a gunfight show that it almost never happens. Well, you know what also almost never happens? People having to draw their gun at all. Is that going to stop you from carrying? No. I would rather have a gun and not need it than need a gun and not have it, and I'm sure you agree with me. I would rather have an extra magazine and not need it than need an extra magazine and not have it. So that is why I'm going to carry this guy. And I'm going to carry it in the Neo Mag, and I will probably never do an inside the waistband mag carrier, considering the existence of this guy. Now, I'm not saying that carrying inside the waistband is bad when it comes to an extra mag. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. I'm saying I don't like it. I don't find it comfortable. I find this more comfortable, more concealable, and I can get to it extremely consistent. I use this thing all the time in my reload practice, and I hardly ever have issues missing. I'd probably have just as many issues struggling with pulling it out of an inside the waistband setup. But you'll see I've got a very nice Beskar on there, because as we know, this is the way and weapons are my religion. But this was a premium and I just had to have it because I love the Mandalorian. That is how I carry an extra magazine. Now let's get into the firearm, which you've already seen. My P320X carry with the Parker Mountain Machine comp barrel combo in my McKinney holster, which I love. Again, just to show you the consistency and also the concealability, right? You can maybe kind of see the butt of the gun here, but for the most part, really easy, really consistent to get to. Goes right back in. I'm using a blue Alpha Gear belt. It's very rigid, but also super comfortable, and I can loosen and tighten it so that I can adjust, especially with a bigger gun like this. That's important. I'll run my belt a little looser in the colder months, just so I can adjust as I'm sitting down. Right now, I'm gonna pull this guy up a little bit higher on my stomach to make it more comfortable, but I could sit like this for a really long time. I've been sitting here with it this whole time I've been talking to you guys, and it hasn't bothered me. It's hardly even crossed my mind. So let's pull the gun out and give it a look. I have a video that goes into this way deeper and talks about every bit and piece and the performance. So I'm just going to talk about the bits and pieces that make this a fantastic gun, something worth carrying. The slide, obviously, is a P320 X carry slide. That's what I built this off of, and that's where the original fire control unit comes from as well, is that X carry. Super cool modular design from SIG, allowing you to really customize however you want. The next thing is the Parker Mountain Machine barrel comp combo here. This really makes or breaks this setup because it keeps it so flat, keeps that dot in the window, and allows for quick follow-up shots. This gun is the reason I've been so successful at being fast in the competitions that I've been doing with Arrowhead Gun Co. You've probably seen the highlights on my channel. If not, go check out the highlight video. You'll see this thing doing a lot of really good work. From there, let's go down to the Armory Craft grip frame, which actually it's a Wilson Combat grip frame, as you can probably barely see right there. But Armory Craft takes the Wilson Combat grip frames, they Cerakote them. This is a really cool, very nice gunmetal gray that I think contrasts well with the slide. And then they laser stipple them as well. And I feel like I just have all of the control in the world to wrench down on this guy. Absolutely love the combo there. Let's go up to the top to the siding. I have a Dawson Precision blacked out front here. And then I have a C&H Precision plate back here with an integrated blacked out rear sight as well. If you've seen my video on this gun, you'll know there was a bit of a run around with getting this plate and getting it on here properly, but now that it's here, it hasn't budged. It has done its job. So I've had a bad customer service experience with C&H, but the product itself has been very solid. Holosun 507 CV2 has been fantastic. I run the circle dot, which I find to be very intuitive to pick up. You won't be able to see it very well on camera because it'll blur out, but it's not one giant dot, it's a circle dot. Absolutely love it. Been running this thing for almost a year on the same battery. I'm thinking it should go at least one more. I've got the Shake Awake set up. I mess with the brightness throughout the day to make sure I'm not burning it out. I want to upgrade to the 509T and have a whole enclosed system, but for now, this thing is fantastic and I love it. And again, with the combination of the Parker Mountain Machine system here, that thing just does not want to leave the window under recoil, which is super awesome. And then my lightsaber down here, my X300, 1000 lumens. I wanted a little more horsepower, so that's why I went with that. A lot of people are choosing the mod light now, which is great. I'm sure it's very, very good, but I'm gonna wait for the cloud defensive light to come out, and maybe that's what you'll see me replace this guy with. Now, we will put him back in his holster. Super comfortable, not having any issues, and under a hoodie especially, you know, here in the colder months. So easy to conceal and not hard to carry if you have the right belt and the right holster. I think I've got the right both of those. Last thing to touch on is my carry ammo of choice, which is SIG V-Crown 115 grains. Now, a lot of people will say, man, that's light. Why not 124s, 147s, whatever the heavier grain weight is? You should carry the same ammo grain weight that you practice with. And all of my practice ammo is 115 grain. That tends to be the most affordable, so that's what I'm always going to reach for. And between steel cased here, steel cased Tula, brass cased whatever I'm shooting, or aluminum cased, 115 grain. they all shoot consistently the same, hold 0, and that's what I'm going for. I want that accuracy to be dead on between all the different ammos that I may be using, this one obviously being the most important one, and I have found consistent point of aim, point of impact between all of the 115 grains that I have used. Very important to me, and if you think that's wrong, if you think I'm doing wrong, do your own research. 115 grain V-crowns actually have really, really good ballistics. So go take a look at that, and then you can bark up my tree all you want. But that is my everyday carry. I'd like to work some other things into this. I'd love to find a way to carry medical just on me, but my pants are not baggy enough for ankle medical, and I don't know where I can put a tourniquet, guys, okay? I'm thinking that maybe the solution is to get an inside the waistband holster of some kind to carry at least a tourniquet or something. So if you guys think that's a good idea, let me know what your opinion is down in the comment section. If you liked this video, go ahead and like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, subscribe anyway, and let me know down in the comments why you didn't like it so I can make my videos a little bit better for everybody. And as always, I will catch you later.